deterrence is not only having the weapon. You must also show it to your opponent that it works. It is not to fight war. It is to prevent war.
It's to prevent war.
So it's a social relationship whereby Party A tells Party B from not taking an action that is inimical to the interest of Party A with a threat of unacceptable retaliatory damage. That's the relationship that has. And then, if they say that deterrence has not worked, no one has faulted it because it has contained all the aspirations and ambitions of those who are trying to acquire it. Because we also realize that nuclear weapons are not a bigger bomb. It's the ultimate weapon.
It is the ultimate weapon.
So we just have these regimes that have been set, especially the NPT, the London Supplier Group. These are very effective organizations, and they'll try as much as possible to curtail the spread. They cannot totally eliminate it, but they can contain it.
Well, since that time in 1945, there's been no formal apology from the United States to Japan. Some people feel there should be an apology from the U.S. How important is it for both countries, for relations between both countries, that the United States apologize?
The fact is that these two countries are
it all happened in the theater of war.
These two countries are not complaining about their relationship anyway.
And this is just the rest of the world.
They are not complaining.
But what
because
about,
if you look at the way
the victims of the bombings,
I think one way they are not going to come out openly to say that they apologize for what happened in the period of war. What of those that were killed at Pearl Harbor? Is it because the killing was not done by an atomic weapon and all that? Americans lost their life. For the first time, the American homeland was attacked by the Japanese. So what you must understand is that all these things happened during war. The Americans are not demanding apologies from Japan. They are not. So I think these people have patched their relationship up, and there are a lot of economic activities, the resuscitation of the Japanese economy after Hiroshima and Nagasaki. All these are just, you have an American base in Okinawa and in all these places. So one has to be careful. The relationship has been very good.
Yeah, and I think it's also good to explore that. I mean, after the World War, Japan built over time. That's something the rest of us in Africa can learn something from, because there have been so many civil wars fought here in Africa, and it just seems like, the more we try to develop, the more we take like 5 steps back. Well,
the fact also remains that America was the richest country, isolated from the war initially, and their industries were still there. They were ready to resuscitate by the Marshall Plan, help these other countries to regain their economic status, and also for the fear that Soviet communism should not convert them to their own side. So you can see the whole political geography of it. We have to support these economies to grow. We don't allow it to fall to the state that the Soviet Union will become an attractive option for them. That's why they did that.
Like what is going on in Syria.
Yes,
Russia has become an attractive option.
Germany, the same thing. The German economy was totally devastated after the Second World War. But the Marshall Plan also was very instructive in that area, in the sense that we have to build up a strong Germany, and we won't like Germany to fall into the hands of the then Soviet Union. So we have to support them, give them all that is necessary to make them independent.
Professor Dokubo, thank you so much for speaking with us.
Oh, nice for having me. Thank you.
This past week, Turkey was criticized by Austria, which said the EU should hold talks about its membership because of its reaction to so-called dissidents and coup plotters in the country. Turkey has fired back, saying the Austrian Chancellor should first take a look at his own country.
Turkey's Foreign Minister Mevlut Cavusoglu has described Austria as the capital of radical racism. The comment was made a day after the Austrian Chancellor suggested ending European Union talks on membership with Turkey because of its reaction to the failed coup. Chancellor Christian Kern had said on Wednesday he would start a discussion among European heads of government to quit talks with Turkey about joining the EU because of the country's democratic and economic deficit. European leaders have voiced concern over President Tayyip Erdogan's crackdown on suspected dissidents after last month's failed coup attempt, identifying his idea of reintroducing the death penalty in Turkey as a red line barring accession to the EU. This was one comment the Turkish government was not going to let slide. During an interview with a local broadcaster, Foreign Minister Cavusoglu said the Austrian Chancellor's comments were ugly and he rejected them all. And that comment drew immediate reaction from Vienna. Austrian Foreign Minister Sebastian Kurz called on Turkey to moderate its words and actions. Tensions between the two countries had been on the rise since last month. Austria had summoned Turkey's ambassador on July the 21st to explain Ankara's links to demonstrations in the country in support of Erdogan. Cavusoglu also said U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry will visit Turkey on August the 24th, more than 1 month after the coup attempt.
As we end the program, here's a review of Diplomatic Channel this week. With the Olympics in Rio, could it become an avenue to world peace in the modern day? We'll look at periods in the past when it was. Also, Professor Charles Dokubo discussed the impacts of the atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki and how the course of history has been changed by that action. And Turkey fires back at Austria over its comments on membership into the European Union. That's Diplomatic Channel this week. I am Amarachi Ubani. Thanks for watching.